at you with a beer review. Tonight we're going to do some higher math with San Calagione. That's right, here it is, higher math. This is a celebration beer. It's a 20-year celebration beer. It is in honor of the first brew that Sam Calagione did back in the 90s when he was a waiter in New York City, and he made this beer with cherries. So they made a similar brew, and this is a golden strong ale base is what they're calling it. It falls in the category of American strong ale. It is 17% ABV and 35 IBUs. So you know this is a big boy. It is made with sour cherries and cocoa nibs. So I'm excited to give it a try. I've heard mixed reviews on this, so you're gonna hear what I think right here. All right, here we go with the pour. Not really getting any head, we'll be a little aggressive. Oh, what the heck. So we really don't have a head on this, but it's a big beer. That's not a huge surprise. I've heard some people had a head. We don't even have a ring, although there's quite a bit of bubbles around the outside of the beer. This is just a beautiful, it's got a little bit of ruby hues, otherwise it's mostly like a dark amber beer. Let's get the nose on this. Wow, these are rich aromas. This is super rich. This is some big, there's some booze on there, but there's some big caramel with some like rich fruit flavors on there. Wow, you know this is a big beer. This is very rich in aroma. It's, you know, there's like a lot of caramel on there, but it's like some really deep like fruit flavors. The cherry in there is very deep. Yeah, you get this rich cherry, and you get this kind of like ethyl alcohol. So you've got some alcohol aroma on there as well. I think I get a little bit of like some white grape coming across, but there's some other notes I'm not quite pulling out. Yeah, maybe just the lightest hints of some chocolate on there. Mostly it's all that rich alcohol and cherry type notes on there. There's some other fruits in there I can tell, but I can't quite pull them out. So we're gonna just dive right on in. Cheers. Wow, I should have pulled that much into my mouth. That's just huge. That's huge. This is one of the more dense of the big beers that I've ever had from Dogfish Head. This is syrupy. I mean, this is very rich and syrupy. Oh, okay. So let's just say it right off. You know, I did watch a review a while back from DJ's BrewTube because I'd stuck this away. I'd bought it a while back, and I was just curious about it, whether I wanted to stick it away and save it or not. I do like my big beers though, so this is not going to be for everyone, just like DJ said along with Johnny. And probably why, you know, there's mixed ideas, mixed reviews on this beer out there, because it's a huge beer. Just not everyone's going to handle this. This is not for your average beer drinker. It is 17%. But for me, oh, Christian, I wish Christian was here. He would dig on this. I'm just loving it. Wow. And I just got a little burn in the back of my throat. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. So the cherry on here is super rich. And you're getting both sweet cherries and then a hint of tart cherries. Now they said they put sour cherries in. Generally speaking, I expect to have more of the tart. But there's probably, because of the malt bill, it's just huge amount of sweetness. You get a hint of some butterscotch, maybe a tad of like a toffee flavor, but just big old caramel on there. And you're getting those cherry flavors. But as I'm tasting it, you do get the chocolate. And it's really interesting how it hits you, because the chocolate is hitting you almost on the back side as if it were a bitterness, but it's not. It's this darker taste. It's more like, I want to say, like a chocolate cake that's coming on the back side. Now, how good does that sound? Sweet cherries and chocolate cake. But that's what I'm getting on the back side of this. Wow. Wow, that's big. So that means there is a breadiness to this, obviously. Chocolate cake. This is huge. This is going to be a sipper. And it should be at 17%, or I'd be in serious trouble. So I'm going to take a little time with this, and I'll come back with maybe a few more descriptions and some numbers. I'm back. All right, what's not to like about this beer? It's 17%. I'm going to feel no pain tonight. But in terms of the beer and what it tastes like, I'm enjoying this quite a lot, but it reminds me in some ways of Troegs Mad Elf. Now, Troegs Mad Elf for me personally though, tasted too much like a cough drop, a cherry cough drop, and this does not give the cherry cough drop effect. It is definitely high in alcohol, no doubt. But you get that little bit of chocolate cake on the back side that comes in from the cocoa nibs. Wow, that's a beautiful added benefit for sure. And well, it's 17%. I mean, I think Troegs is about 11 if I remember on the Mad Elf, but 17, holy cow, one and done for many people. This is a beautiful beer. Josh, my nephew said one and done to me actually. Got that from him. Thank you, Josh. That's Man Bear Pig 11223344455. Check out his beer reviews. But I'm digging on the beer. I think that the low ratings that some people have put out there are really due to the fact that this tastes more like a liqueur. This doesn't drink like a beer. But there are a lot of big beers that are like that in the market that are very popular. One of them being Utopias. I mean, Sam Adams' Utopias, people try to get their hands on. And I've had it. I've been fortunate enough to get to try it. It tastes like a port wine. And I'm okay with port wines. I'm not a huge port wine person, but you've gotten to 27%, 10% higher than this, and now that's what you've got. This, though, is more like a liqueur. It's more in the liquor family. And so it's thick, it's syrupy, and it's very sweet. So you've got to know that before you get it. Now, personally for me, I'm now thinking, how can I get my hands on another bottle and set it aside over some time? Because I like this kind of thing. I like a nice liqueur. It's a lot of alcohol up front, and that will probably mellow with time. A lot of time that the fruit flavors will kind of dim down, mellow out over time. There is so much cherry on this, I doubt it. You may lose the chocolate on the backside because it's hard to detect unless you've really got developed a palate. But I think that over time, this is going to get better and better. This is one that I could actually have a couple bottles set aside and bring out in 2 and 4 years or beyond. This could probably honestly age 10 years without even thinking twice. Truly, I'm not exaggerating. So it's time to rate this beer. Strong ales. Well, you can see I'm truly enjoying it. In terms of a strong ale, this is the definition of a strong ale. Pretty close anyway. I mean, they're very unique, strong ales, and they can have a lot of flavors and a lot of different qualities. But this just nails it in terms of strong ales, and I'm giving it a very strong 96 in terms of a strong ale because it does a beautiful job. I like other flavors to balance out a little better. I have a few other breweries that I think do strong ales very well. But this is a beautiful beer that they put together at Dogfish Head, and a great way to celebrate Sam's first beer and 20 years of the brewery being around. Now, in terms of overall, well, it's potent. It's big. Now, I like potent and big. Not all of you are going to agree with my score, but still, I'm putting it in the excellent category. I'm giving it a 94. I'm just digging on it. If Christian was here, I think he'd be all about it. So here it is again. Again, don't judge me. Don't judge this beer unless you like big beers. And if you do, then wow, see if you can find a bottle. I know there probably are some still around. I'm going to be hunting for one myself. It is Higher Math from Dogfish Head Brewing out of Milton, Delaware. Thank you, Sam. We love the stuff that comes out of Dogfish Head, and we love that you've made a great beer. This is Kevin at Clements Homebrew saying life is too short to drink cheap beer, and I will see you on the next beer review.